Good morning, everyone. This is Financial Literacy 101. Today we'll be talking about T-Mobile. T-Mobile have been making big moves back since 2018 when they have decided to merge with Sprint. Now, believe it or not, ladies and gentlemen, Sprint, T-Mobile's 5G network is 3.5 times larger than Verizon. And we're going to get into why T-Mobile is a great stock for you to have part of your portfolio that's going to grow probably 5 to 10 times the amount over the next 5 years because they're growing larger and faster than Verizon and AT&T. Now, personally, a long time ago, quite frankly, last year, I made a large mistake by switching my service from T-Mobile to AT&T to save a couple of dollars. I was with T-Mobile almost 10 years before I changed over to AT&T, and it was the worst mistake when it comes to changing a cell phone carrier. Because people are like, oh man, the reason why your coverage is bad because you got T-Mobile. You need to get on Verizon or AT&T. And this was mostly when I was in the military. We'd be out in rural areas. We'd be out in training areas and things of that nature. But I kept telling them, hey man, every year T-Mobile continues to offer better discounts, better service, better perks, essentially. So I was like, I should stay with T-Mobile. But when I moved into my new home, they offer AT&T offered a package if you got the internet as well as the cell phone. I said, man, it's all about saving money. Now, when I really think about it, when it comes to the service I get for AT&T with my internet and cell phone, it's the most horrible coverage in this area. And I just did a coverage search of T-Mobile in my area for 5G, and I'm dead smack in the middle when it comes to 5G. So I would have better service if I would have kept my T-Mobile versus going with AT&T. And quite frankly, in the years to come, in the next 2 years, T-Mobile is moving into the internet space for home use. So that's very imperative. So let's get into the numbers and let's see why this stock could be a great stock for your portfolio, okay? So over the course of 5 years, and we're going to do a comparison. We're going to do a comparison when it comes to Verizon, because a lot of times people like to compare Verizon against T-Mobile, Verizon against AT&T. This is not about service. This isn't about the way you feel. This is about money. This is about where you should invest your money at. So T-Mobile over the past 5 years has been up 236% the past year, almost 70% the past 3 months, about 14% the past month, 1.5% the past week, 2%, and then today they're slightly down under 0.5%. Now, let me go right over to Verizon so you can actually compare and contrast the amount and difference of stock. Now, granted, T-Mobile is worth $134. Verizon is worth $57.50, okay? Over the past 5 years, Verizon only been up 27%. The past year, they've been down 2.39%. The past 3 months, down 3%. The past month, down 5.5%. The past week, 2.27%. And then today, they're down as well. So automatically, we understand the history of these two stocks in the last 5 years. T-Mobile has been doing great things. One of the greatest things they have done was merging with Sprint back in 2018 to 2020. Now, it took them 2 years to merge because they did it the right way. They didn't do anything fast. They did it the right way. Now, let's get into the particulars. I got a little bit of, I only got like a half a share because I just invested today. Because I see the future. And the reason what sparked this is two things. And I'll let the cat out the bag. Over the weekend, me and my buddy, we were talking about cell phone coverage. And T-Mobile came up. That's what sparked this video. Because I had another stock on board for you guys. I'll probably do that tomorrow. But that conversation sparked T-Mobile. Then I was going through my Twitter feeds. I was going through my Facebook feed. And then I saw Dr. Boyce Watkins talk about T-Mobile stock of the week. And I was like, That's confirmation. I got to do a stock review on T-Mobile because, again, I used to be a customer. And granted, I've said this to my fiance. I say, hey, listen, we're going to go back to T-Mobile. I can't deal with AT&T. The coverage is not as good. And AT&T has been notorious from price hikes. They have been notorious for robbing people. And I mean, what I sense is the amount of minutes and data you've used in comparison to your bill. I'm not essentially like taking money out of your pockets, but there have been a lot of things. Now, T-Mobile, they always go the extra mile to rectify a situation. So in my opinion, the customer service versus the current service I have with AT&T has been better. I can't really speak on Verizon customer service, but I've heard bad things and good things about Verizon versus T-Mobile as well. Okay. So we see right here, T-Mobile has roughly 53,000 employees. They're out of Bellevue, Washington. The headquarters when it comes to T-Mobile. Now, their global headquarters is out of Bonn, Germany. Okay, that's B-O-O-N, Germany. That's their world headquarters. This is probably their U.S. headquarters they're referring to back in 1994, okay? So T-Mobile announced it's offering up to $2 billion of bonds that mature in 26, 29, and 2031, okay? And of course, they're up. It says Dutch Telekom looking to sell Dutch unit paper, blah, 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 blah. T-Mobile CEO on 5G rollout. We're ahead of the race, and they absolutely are. So the analyst ratings on Robinhood here has buy at 81%, hold at 19%, 0% sell. I agree 1,000%, okay? Their earnings per quarter for Q2 have been down, but they're up back in fiscal year 20 of Q3. I agree with that as well, okay? That's just been their earnings mark. Now, people in this space, I won't say Disney and Walmart. I will say Microsoft and Qualcomm because, believe it or not, Microsoft is also in the cell phone space in some small capacity. Now, I'm just going to roughly go over when it comes to Verizon. Their headquarters in New York, they have 135,000 employees. And again, when we're talking about T-Mobile, this is for, as far as the amount of employees, this is for their U.S. market. And I'm going to tell you, T-Mobile is a lot larger than Verizon and a lot of companies we like to deal with because we understand now the three main carriers in the United States when it comes to cell phone carriage is T-Mobile, Verizon, AT&T. It used to be Sprint, but Sprint and T-Mobile has merged, okay? So you may see only 53,000 employees. You see with Verizon, 135,000 employees, but nonetheless, that's just their U.S. markets, okay? Now you see here, buy at 38%, hold at 63%. They're basically telling you that T-Mobile is a better buy off the top, okay? Now, AT&T, that's pretty much it for that particular one. Let's go over to Market Watch. Now, when it comes to performance of T-Mobile, we have to understand that the performance for the last year has been up 70%. That's pretty good. The analyst rating for T-Mobile is a buy. For T-Mobile, it's a buy when it comes to Market Watch. Their EPS, there's earning per shares, which kind of tell you how a company is performing. Whether they're reinvesting the amount of money or they have a stack of cash. They're doing absolutely great at $3 per earning per share, okay? So when we come on to Yahoo Finance, look at this. This is what I really want you to key in on right here. And I tell people, this is where you have to look at. Performance outlook. They say in short term, 2 weeks to 6 weeks, it's going to move sideways. But when you come to the midterm, 6 weeks to 9 months, it's going to go up. This is their predictions, okay? Nothing is guaranteed in the investment world, okay? When it comes to long term, Yahoo Finance has it as 9 months plus long term that T-Mobile is going to go up. So that's phenomenal for your investments, okay? Again, I want you to think long term, long term, long term, long term. This is the way you make money sustainable over the course of time. When it comes to the near fair value, according to Yahoo Finance, we're right between the yellow and green, which is not too bad. That's pretty good, actually. That's not too bad. I love to read the headline news. Now, me personally, I get into the news stories, but it's good for just glancing over. Again, things are repeating itself, so you can see the confirmation, you can see the validity in the market. T-Mobile to borrow up to $2 billion in heated spectrum bid. And AT&T Smart or desperate for customers. AT&T is absolutely desperate for customers. I remember T-Mobile Tuesdays, where you get like a free sandwich, you get discounts, you get that and the other. I miss T-Mobile Tuesdays. Let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, AT&T, there's no AT&T Mondays, no AT&T Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursdays. This to let you know, my personal experience with AT&T has been horrible coverage. With other people, I've heard good things over the years. But I can tell you this year, I'm moving back to T-Mobile. I don't care how much it costs me. Okay, I'm gonna say, hey, listen, I made a mistake last year and I switched from you guys to AT&T, and it was the worst mistake. Can I be grandfathered back into my previous plans and my previous prices, please? Hopefully they take me back, okay? So that's where I'm at with T-Mobile. Now, when it comes to Zacks ratings, Zacks has it as a 3 as in hold. I disagree with Zacks. I believe this is a buy. Now, on Zacks, as you can see the green right here, ladies and gentlemen, that's a strong buy, hold, sell, okay? So when it comes to sales scores, you got value C, growth C, B momentum, total VGM score is a C. I disagree. I believe the value is a B, the C is a growth, and the momentum is a B. So the total VGM score of value, growth, momentum is a B, okay? So let's move on. This is very important when it comes to T-Mobile. Believe it or not, we're not going to read all of that. But again, T-Mobile headquarters, world headquarters out of Bonn, Germany. They serve in Europe, United States, Puerto Rico, U.S. Virgin Islands, so on and so forth. They deal in wireless PDAs, cellular telephones, and tablets. But this is important right here. This chart right here is very important for you guys to understand when it comes to investments. What stock are you invested in? And then what are the markets and how much of the market share does that particular stock have? Because you're investing inside of a company that is an asset, can generate you wealth, that can generate you profit. So this is imperative. This is important for you to understand that all the countries that T-Mobile is in and Verizon and AT&T isn't in. So T-Mobile is in Albania, Austria, Bosnia, Croatia, Czech Republic, Egypt, Europe, Germany, Greece, Hungary, Montenegro, Netherlands, it said Hungary. We got North Macedonia. We have, what else we have here? Romania, Slovakia, and the U.S. Okay? Now, then you say, okay, well, how many people are actually in their market? And you see here, number of customers in millions. Then you have share ownership. So in about Albania, they own 47% of the market, essentially. Okay? It says share ownership. Then you have 1 million people in Albania, 5 million people in Austria. What else is a big number here? 6 million people in Czech Republic, 50 million people, essentially 47 million people in Germany, 7.4 million in Greece, 5 to 7 million in the Netherlands, 11 million people in Poland. And then you have 86 million people that have T-Mobile in the United States of America. Okay, especially with their merger and their acquisition of Sprint. So that's phenomenal. That's phenomenal already. Then you say, okay, what I'm essentially investing in. I understand that T-Mobile is a valuable company. I understand that T-Mobile is very good with what they're doing. They have a lot of perks. But what else am I investing in? You're essentially investing in T-Mobile's 5G future, okay? Our 5G network, this is coming from T-Mobile themselves, okay? Our 5G network is 3 times 5 bigger than Verizon. And we're now adding a super fast, high capacity layer of mid-band 5G already live in 410 cities and towns across the country. And we'll reach 100 million people with mid-band by year's end. And this is in 2020 of November. So they've already done this. Now, a lot of you want to know, does T-Mobile is in your area? So what I did is, this is a new development where I live in Texas, okay? This development's only been here for 5 years. So what you go in and you got to wait for this right here. Okay, titty, totty. All right. You type in your zip code like anything else, okay? And then it's going to show you the coverage area, okay? My 5G says fair signal strength. That means I might get into the low bandwidth of 5G. Now, we already know what we can do with 4G LTE, okay? We already know what we can do with 4G LTE was absolutely imperative, okay? We already know what we can do with 4G LTE. We can look at videos. We can look at Netflix. We can look at Prime Video right there on our phones. We can look at TikTok. We can look at Facebook when it comes to video formats, okay? And IG, so on and so forth. So when it comes to these particular things, you're like, okay, I'm investing in the future of 5G networks when it comes to T-Mobile. Now, if you guys already have the service, some of this may speak for yourself, but I want you to think about not so the comparison of Verizon and AT&T. We're talking about stocks and stocks alone, okay? We're talking about the future of these stocks. Okay, so let me do another back in DC where I'm originally from. I'm gonna do 232 Washington DC. I want to see just the coverage. Okay, so they have a lot of 5G coverage when it comes to the DMV area, DC, Maryland, and Virginia area. So again, this is a great way if you guys want 5G where everything is super, super fast. I've been on a 5G network anytime I go to the Dallas, and it's absolutely, I can't, ladies and gentlemen, I can't even tell you the speeds of 5G. So if you're thinking about a great stock, that you want to invest in and you want to invest into the future, I want to go back to one of my pages here. I want to go back to Yahoo Finance, and I want to show you this. Now, they're also saying performance outlook on Yahoo Finance has short-term that this stock is going to move sideways, which is going to keep your current earnings, performance outlook, okay? But when it comes to the midterm, 6 weeks to 9 months, it's going to go up. That's what their prediction. I predict that as well. Long-term, 9 months or more, it's going to go up. So these are great indicators. Now, granted, I went into the bare bones, I went into the backdrop and built the financials off of T-Mobile. They continue to innovate. They continue to grow. With T-Mobile, they're in talks with Ericsson. Anybody remember Sony Ericsson? Now Ericsson, they are in talks with Ericsson because Ericsson are now looking for 6G. I don't know a lot of you out there, conspiracy theories, you're thinking about brain waves that is going to control you. Yada, yada. I'm talking about money. Okay, I'm talking about money. And money is in innovation, okay? We're talking about money and innovation. We're talking about 6G technology. They got to talk about it before they start to plan it and build it. So just the talks alone to me are valuable because we're talking about the future. And a lot of you guys, if you want to make money quick, like, man, how do I get in and make a lot of money? Is Bitcoin the right way to go? Listen, if you want to make money quick, and I'm going to show you my portfolio, you guys want to get into option trading, okay? Option trading. So let me move over here. Let me go to my portfolio, okay? Let's see how much I'm up today. I'm up about $479,000 now. I was up a lot more. I think I went up almost to 37. But in the past week, I've made quite a bit of money. Let me see here. 1 week, I made $8,000 in 1 week. I made $8,000 in 1 week. So that's not bad. That's not great, but that's not bad. Now, for the past year, I love doing the past year, my portfolio up 177%. I'm up 177%. And I know a lot of people always say, what's in your portfolio? What's in your portfolio? So my options consist of NEO. I have a call at NEO at $65, and that's down $135. I have a call for $24.50 when it comes to POW Technologies, $71 plus. We have ARC, FinTech. I'm down $55 on that particular option. Okay. I have AMD at a call at $120. I'm up $13. And I have Plug Power, a call for $35. I'm up $1,300. Okay. $1,300. So right now, let me show you the equity because the market, believe it or not, the market is down. But let me show you my total return. My total return when it comes to NEO, ladies and gentlemen, is $6,000, $6,300. Apple, $24. Plug Power, $5,400. Tesla, $2,100. Sunrun, I'm up $900. Let's see here. Phantom, I'm up $100. JD.com, I'm up $7. Nano Imaging, I'm down $10 essentially. POW Technology, I'm up $1,000. Triple Q, I'm up $53. Upwork, I'm up $26 roughly. Grow Generation, that I told you about that weed supplier. Not that they supply weed, but they supply the products and the equipment for people to grow their weed products, okay? XPIV, that electric vehicle company out of China, they're up 107. Fuel Cell, I'm down $20. This is China Automotive System, I'm down $122. Blink Charging, I'm finally up some surplus cash. T-Mobile, I'm down 13 cents. And then Bitcoin. We know that Bitcoin had a big pullback over the weekend. And I told people this, if you go back, I said, look for Bitcoin to do a market correction and a pullback, okay? But what I did is this. I made around $800 off of Bitcoin before I eventually sold. When I saw the trend off the candlesticks, okay, off the RSI. The RSI told me that it was going to continue to go down, but I didn't listen to my indicators. I did not look to my analytics. That's absolutely destructive when it comes to your profits, because this is what I did. This is stupid. I weighed it down till it hit 34,000, and I was looking at the indicators from the time it went from 41,000 all the way to 34,000. And some of you are like, yeah, that's stupid. You saw a trend, you should have sold. You're right. But I've been wrong with Bitcoin before, because Bitcoin, believe it or not, when it comes to the stock market, crypto stock market, is absolutely new. I've done it before and I lost out on Bitcoin. So this time with my $800, so what I did, I sold all my Bitcoin. I took my $800 profit and I bought another option. The rest of that money, I reinvested that money back into Bitcoin, and I'm up $80 right now, okay? So let's go over to Bitcoin. Let's look at that. Bitcoin is up 32. I won't say up, but we understand when it comes to profit, I'm up, okay? 32,000, and it's still declining. So the way it's going, I probably should have waited a little bit longer. Bitcoin may drop down to 28 grand before it start going back up. But this is the trend of Bitcoin. You guys, when it comes to Bitcoin, Bitcoin is probably the one thing that you can day trade. You can go back and forth with Bitcoin all day, but you can lose out doing this. You can absolutely lose out on doing this, especially when it comes to taxes, okay? So let me read some of your questions, some of your notes. Also, let me make sure I put a link in the description if you guys want to come live with me, either with or without your video. If you guys have any questions that I'm not answering in the chat room, okay? So let me go back. Let's see who we have in the room. Good morning, Charles Green, Jermaine Anderson. We got Killer 187. We have Eric Aaron, Lady Luck. We got Soto in the room today. We got Cool DJ. All right, so let's see. Everybody, good morning, good morning, good morning. Said congrats on your proposal. Well, thank you. I appreciate that, Killer 187. He said ZOM went from 11 cents to 90 cents today. I hope it goes up to $5. I'll look into that as well. He said, Ross, you should check out NEU and JAGX. Okay, NEU. I'm writing these down, and JAGX. We'll look into that. Okay, we'll look into that. He says, I have shares of T-Mobile already. Eric Aaron, you already saw the future, my brother, and that is where the money is. If you can see the future when it comes to inventions and innovation, you're going to make great money. Just like this, a buddy of mine from the military contacted me today, what I believe, because he got my cell phone number. I think he contacted me on either IG or my cell phone. He said, man, what do you think about, what's the name of that new autonomous security company? What's the name of that company? It's on Start Engine. The minimum investment is $500. But what's the name of this company? Man, gosh darn, man. What's the name of that company? I know it's in mobile security. Anybody know the name of that company where they have the autonomous robots that goes around and they've been like stopping crime and reporting crimes and things of that nature? Does anybody remember that company? I forgot. Oh, Nightscope. That's the name of it. Nightscope, okay? That is the name of it. Look into Nightscope on Start Engine for you guys who just have $500 you want to invest in. Nightscope is the way of the future when it comes to security and mobile autonomous policing, okay? They're not going to really stop any crimes unless they somehow give these robots tasers, but they're reporting crimes, okay? They've been doing a great job around the nations, okay? Let's see what else. Soto, thank you for your well wishes. I appreciate that. He says, can you talk on Fidelity investment? Is it okay to invest, or WeBull is more better to invest? Now, Fidelity, I believe now is a platform that is free. So you can actually invest on Fidelity. That's a good platform. WeBull is good. Now, you can kind of get lost in the weeds when it comes to WeBull, but WeBull has a good platform. The WeBull was actually developed by some Chinese tech guys. Just as well, Robinhood was invented by Indians, okay? Some Indian software engineers, okay? Both of them are good platforms. To me, a platform is what is easily to navigate and easily to understand, especially if you are a novice investor. If you're just getting into investing, WeBull would throw you out the loop. And WeBull, you guys can't call in and ask about. At least with Fidelity, if you're a novice investor, you can actually talk to somebody on the phone like, hey, I'm trying to make this investment, but I don't understand. But see, with Robinhood, in my opinion, if you're just getting to an investment, it's the easiest platform to understand. And then when it comes to Stash is an easy platform to understand because they actually teach you on their platform how to invest. They have a tab called Learn in Stash where you can actually learn how to invest. Let's see what else is. Killer says, I dumped my fuel cell and UAV too early. You did. Because fuel cell is about to do well. Now, UAV, I knew somebody had a lot of UAV. A buddy of mine had like 200 shares of UAV. And here's the thing, though, Killer 187. Sometimes you can hold on to a stock too long. Okay. And what I mean is, while you hold on to that stock is in minus 20, minus 30 when it comes to profit, right? You could be making money somewhere else. That's the thing about making money when it comes to the growth inside your portfolio. You can hold on to a stock so long waiting for the stock to grow. I'm waiting for the stock to grow. That's why I say if you want money right now, you should be buying into options. Okay? What else do we have here? How do you miss out on the trading crypto with the taxes? So any platform that you can trade cryptos with, every tax year they should be sending you a 1099 DIV, which is the amount of taxes and transactions you made over that particular trading year. And you just file that in with your regular W-2, W-4, etc., to your CPA or any platform like TurboTax or what's the other one? Jackson Hewitt, H&R Block. Okay, all that math is done for you. But what I'm saying is, the more transactions you have a year, the more taxes you incur. So I'm not a tax guy. I'm a finance, investment, savings, get out of debt guy. Not a tax guy. That's a whole different sector. Believe me, I don't want to give you any wrong information with that, because taxes at the end, they bite you in your ass and they'll come take your house. Wendell says, I left AT&T right at the end of year 2009. Again, Wendell, great decision, brother. Listen, I didn't make the same decision. I actually changed over from T-Mobile last year, and I know that I'm gonna have to change it. I'll probably change it here in the next week or so. Okay. Kendrick Taylor, WeBull guys come from Alibaba. So yeah, China. Let's see, Killer 187. I had plug power at $5 and sold it. I'm sorry. It's not funny, Killer 187. I told people, keep your plug power. Here we go. Let's watch this. Here's my plug power. Here's my plug power option, ladies and gentlemen. My call is for $35. It's at $53. Here's my profit of a plug power. Just the option trade. I'm making almost $1,400 off my option. Okay, I'm at 145%. Look at this. This is what I call good money. Okay, that's good money. That is good money. Okay. My total market value is almost $2,300. Now, I'm going to show you the individual share of Plug Power. And if you notice, Plug Power and NEO are my top two. And I told people, do not sell your NEO because it dropped down to $44. People say, hey, Ross, is NEO going to reach $50 again? I said yes, and it's going to go surpass it. Let's go back to my other videos. Now, let's look at this. My total percentage when it comes to Plug Power, I am up 222% at $4,600. My total market value is $6,700 off of Plug Power. Listen to this. I've been doing a lot of research on NEO and Plug Power. Do not sell your NEO. Killer 187. Don't sell your NEO. Don't sell your Plug Power. NEO is about to go into the UE market. And believe it or not, in USD, that's American dollars, United States dollars, USD, the average cost of a NEO vehicle is 70 grand. It's 70 grand. It's 70 grand. Someone's asked me off of IG, What do I believe when it comes to Riot blockchain? I believe I'm familiar with this one. I'm gonna let everybody here on YouTube and Facebook watch this one. I just want to give it a quick view. I believe that Riot blockchain. Now, again, I'm not doing a deep dive. Usually, I do a deep dive before I get on camera because it does take a lot of time. Based on their future, I see back in 2017 they were up to $28.40. Now they're down to 22. They look like they're on an uptrend. They're on an uptrend. Let me see what the week has shown. Based off very basic analytics, like this is a glance. This is what I call a glance. You should buy into it. Okay, you should buy into it because we understand that blockchain technology is the way of the future. Okay, blockchain technology is the way of the future. Microsoft is inside of blockchain technology. IBM is in part of blockchain technology. Okay, let me go back to Plug Power though. Now, I have 125 shares of Plug Power. Look at my average cost. Let me blow this up for you guys. Okay, here's my average cost. Here's my average cost of Plug Power. $16.72. That's my average cost. I haven't bought any more. I feel like I'll be buying too high. Okay, I'm gonna put my money elsewhere. And I have 125 shares. Now, where is it at now? Plug Power is at $54. Do the math. I bought in, my average cost is $16. The price of Plug Power is $54. You do the math. You do the math on that. That's what I call great money. That's great money. That's past good money, okay? $54 and my average cost is $16. My total return is more than $2 per my one. So anytime you see 100%, if you see 100% right here, total return, 100%, that's dollar for dollar investment. Okay, dollar for dollar investment in any investment is great. But when you're at 225, that means I'm 2 1/4. So for every $1 I invested, I get 2 1/4 back, $2.25 back from my investment. You can't make a better decision than that. Okay? I'm gonna read the last of your notes and I'm gonna get out of here. I will be back on to give you guys some more money information when it comes being in January. Okay, the kind of the second week of January. I want to give you guys some information to change your life. Okay, I'm gonna give you guys some information to change your life being the second week of January that I believe that you guys should be looking at. I know you guys love investing, I love saving, but I want to see these same numbers. I want to see these same numbers when I'm live, when I come back on and give you this great information to help you and your family out. Okay, we're talking about the future. All right, let's see here. Lady Luck says I have Plug Power at $1.37 and sold most. Man, I have only 3 shares left. I feel you. Now, Lady Luck, I believe Plug Power is easily going to reach $100. I believe that Plug Power is easily going to reach $100. I will put my money back in Plug Power. Some of you are going to ask me, do I believe that Plug Power is going to reach $60? I'm going to say yes. Plug Power, I believe, is going to reach $60. You're going to ask me when? I'm going to say within the year. Now, I always give myself a lot of cushion, right? Because I like to factor in the market correction. I like to factor in a lot of other things when it comes to that misnomer, okay? So I believe that Plug Power will hit $60, okay? I believe that Plug Power will hit $60 and you should invest. The next question, do I believe that NEO is going to hit $100? Yes, I do believe NEO is going to hit $100. Some of you are going to ask why. Now, this is why NEO is going down. This is what Plug Power is doing. Every indicator, every analytical tool I use tells me that Plug Power is going to reach $60. Now, why do I believe that NEO is going to reach $100? Because NEO came out and said, we're going to create electric vehicles to compete with Tesla's Model Y, the $35,000 vehicle. But it's going to come under a different name. They want to keep NEO their premium brand. It's kind of like what Hyundai did. Hyundai came in as a low economy vehicle. Then they built up the Genesis brand. Then they say, you know what? We're going to branch off like Toyota and Lexus did. Lexus is Toyota's luxury brand, but people don't associate Lexus with a Toyota. You're like, man, you got a Toyota Corolla. It's just bigger with leather. That's a Lexus. Like, nah, man, it's a Lex, man. This a Lex 460. That's what Genesis did. What NIO is doing, they're doing the same thing. They're going under a different name when they start to compete with Tesla's Model Y. So that's why NIO is going to reach $100 easily, I believe, okay, based upon that one bit of information. But again, they're pumping out 10,000 vehicles a month. People are in China, 10,000 people are ordering a NIO $70,000 vehicle, US dollars, 10,000 people per month. 10,000 people in a market like China are buying a $70,000 vehicle. That's what they're doing in China. That's why I believe that NIO will easily reach $100. And I mean this year. This year. All right. So Ross put me on to NIO since $2.30 after 60 shares and 7 months later is now up to $60. Thank you, Ross. Well, my pleasure. And I'm still trying to hook people up with some money. But you know what I don't see? Now, I do this probably once every 2 or 3 months. Nobody ever sends super chat to my channel. I make people good money, but I never see people donating to my channel. Never. But that's okay. I'm not begging. I'm not begging. I never beg. I just like to point out the facts. Okay. Let's see here. He says too late to buy back now. You can still buy in. You can buy back at that price. You're correct. You can still buy in. Lady Luck, I will add more to NIO and Plug. I can't afford Tesla yet, but I plan on getting into Tesla soon. Lady Luck, yes, you can. Whether it be Stash, WeBull, or Robinhood, you can buy into fractional shares. Let me show you something very quickly. I'm going to show everybody here, okay? I'm not going to buy any because I don't have any buying power right now. But I'm going to show you some options right here. You see right here, ladies and gentlemen, it says, my bad. You see right here, it says buy plug power, okay? Sell plug power, buy plug power. You hit buy, you say invest in. You have shares, right? You got to go buy shares. One share is going to cost you $53. But you can change this to dollars. And you can just put in $10 and you buy fractional shares. So that's the thing. Don't let the dollar amount, like even T-Mobile, because T-Mobile was my original stock that we went on today. Don't let that discourage you. Buy in. I'm going to show you my portfolio. Look at this. I don't have a share of T-Mobile. I don't have a share of T-Mobile, but I bought in. I have, a half a share of T-Mobile? That's my half a share right here. Look. That's my half a share. I'm looking at myself. That's my half a share of T-Mobile. So once again, you guys don't have to buy an entire share of T-Mobile. You can actually just buy in, okay? So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. I'll be back on maybe in a couple of hours or so. So please stay tuned for that. And again, I advise you guys to come back in because I'm going to give you some other great financial information that I believe is going to help you. This is Financial Literacy 101. Learn money and be inspired. And tell you, plug power, $60. NIO, $100. Watch and wait. I'm out.